Hi, this is Shyamal Chandra with Shyamal's Game Analysis Show. Today we're going to talk about a game that happened 10 hours ago. It was a 5-minute, 3-second increment rated blitz between Javier 18, 1121, and Shyamal Chandra's advanced coder 1138, okay? And the ending was a checkmate where I was victorious. So let's get straight into the action, all right? Get straight into action. So first, he moves his queen pawn 2 spaces up. This is a typical standard move. I respond by moving the mirror of that move. He moves his knight on the king side to protect his pawn. Double protect. I do the same, so I'm mirroring him. He moves his pawn out to move his bishop into this line so he can check my king. But I'm too smart. I move my pawn out to prevent that. He moves his bishop here to take over multiple diagonals. And I respond by pinning his knight over his queen. And what he does, he gets doubles up on his knights. And then I do the same reciprocal of what he did earlier. Move my king pawn out 1 space. Now they start attacking my my bishop, and that gets really interesting. I move it back, and now castle kingside. Now I start attacking that particular pawn like I do on my white games. Nothing happens. They move their queen pawn, side pawn, 1 space. Then I attack that bishop, and they move their bishop up. I move the pawn a little bit more up on the queen side to create a fianchetto, or a pyramid-like shape. And here is the queen moves to the side, planning some sort of attack. I move my rook out so I can do a fissure. Okay, now they attack my bishop, so I move it back even more. This is kind of non-standard to move your pawn out 2 spaces when your king is on that side. That leaves your king to an attack. They take my pawn, my bishop. I take their bishop with my pawn. Then the a knight goes into a cubbyhole, and I take the knight in that nook. The bishop pawn takes. I move my knight back, and then there's a really good opportunity here. He or she, I don't know what it is, moves their knight out from here to here in front of the queen side pawns, king side pawns, to start attacking my king. Let's see what happens. And I take that pawn right there that's sitting there and attack that knight. He has no choice but to move his king out. I go back. He pushes his pawns on the queen pawn. I moved my f6 pawn to the correct position to protect the king. He takes, I take. He moves again. I move it in front and deny the exchange. He comes after my queen. I'm like, okay, let me take a load of that bishop. So we exchange pieces. Then here I queen side castle. He takes the rook. I take the rook back. He takes the pawn. I take the pawn back. Queen is put further post, and the king is now in a dangerous situation if he goes to the A7 place, and he starts attacking perpetual check, possibly, So I start checking the king. King goes there. The rook attacks the king again, and he has no choice but to lose his rook. Okay, and now this is when the imbalances occur. I come after him and start preparing for my attack. And I exchange queens, and it's a really interesting situation here, and I start attacking his king, moving his king into a cubbyhole, or nook, and then he keeps on moving, attacking his, and then checkmate. So this is a really good story about how powerful this rook was if you create this type of structures inside a chess game, because otherwise it's very difficult to maintain. In chess games, it's very important to reduce the number of. The foundation has to be minimal. So the foundation here is 2 pawns, and those 2 pawns are very powerful. You can keep them in safe, so the other pawns can exchange for other pawns, and then they can cause checkmates to happen. That's the story of this game. Thank you for watching Shyamal's Game Analysis Show.